What's up, soul family? Welcome back for our reading. This is for the water signs. Water signs, the conscious path that is guiding you right now. Message for water signs. So this is for the full moon in Aries, leading your role, taking charge of your life, and really putting your movement and action into goals that are very, like, it's working towards your goals that are bringing out your true happiness. It's not you're not here playing games anymore. You're not here to please others and to make others show you that the more you give to others that don't appreciate, the more you're going to get bitten and stung. All right, we have that dragon energy coming in. You're seeing through the energy. I feel like now you've always, I feel like you've been seeing things for a while, and here you are taking action. It's kind of like that energy where you are standing your ground, no longer living for anybody else. You're living for you. All right, so for water signs, thank you so much for joining me today. I am GEMA. Nice to meet you guys, or if you're returning, thanks so much for joining me again. So Scorpio, Cancerians, and Pisces. All right, water signs. The full moon in Aries. What is this journey? The beginning of something, the beginning of inspiration. You're feeling this adventure, taking one foot in, one foot out, you know? So I feel like there's movement, but of course water can tend to feel stagnated sometimes when the energy is emotional, you know. Sometimes it can feel like you're in the deep end of the pool, you know. So I feel like right now your spiritual path is to nurture what you are feeling, you know. Let the moon guide you. The moon is a feminine energy. Wants you to express yourself, wants you to allow it to flow freely. The tiger, yeah, don't let your pride, don't let others' opinions challenge your instincts. You are wise. You are here for the purpose. You are like you are the transformation, right? Because Scorpio's transformation, diving deep into unknown. So yeah, and then Pisces is the energy of intuition, you know, the unknown, the unseen. And so deep into the unseen, into emotions. The Cancerian is that energy of love, family. So, you know, emotions can take us into a lot of different ways, right? So I feel like right now, let's see what's going on for you guys. Water signs, collective water signs. Messages for the collective. All right, so spiritual path right now. Animal spirit, Panther. Okay, so we have 3 here. All right, so the main energy is Panther. All right, so your spiritual path of the Panther. So Panther. All right, so yeah, you can come across like very intimidating at this time, or your path is to go into your journey. I've never had the Panther card before. So we do have 2 air signs. We have the Gazelle. Maybe, okay, I feel like maybe needing to not get stuck in the headlights, you know, not feeling like you need to follow your instincts of the energy around you. Don't absorb energy. If you're feeling very reactive, it could be somebody around you. Know that you are meant to kind of observe, and that's, I feel like when you go inside, you go internally and you don't react externally. There is this sense of empowerment. You don't give your power away. Maybe I think the Panther could be very reactive. I'm just going to get to what the book says, because I'm not quite sure on that one, to be honest. So let's see what's going on. So it's unnecessary purging. So your spiritual path is to annihilation of the unnecessary. So it's your spiritual journey for the water signs is to purge. So that's that energy of Scorpio where It's kind of like you're shown the dark, you know. Scorpio is Pluto, which is the it's kind of like the gatekeeper to the underworld, you know. Is shown, has kind of grown in the dark, and and so you're meant to like stand your ground, not to let emotions take you over. Make sure the energy is not stagnant, right? So the Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnant. Exactly, water can become stagnant if it stays for too long. You know, if you hold on to something, emotions. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all, the dust clears and it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. All right, so you are meant to go into the dark and bring the light to the awareness. So it's kind of like unveiling things that others can't see. You see through them. You have that kind of like you see in the dark, and you almost thrive in the dark. So I feel like these experiences that you have been shown, that have been extremely powerful lessons, it is meant to grow the experience of understanding that you are becoming wiser, that you can grow within the havoc. There is this energy of alchemy with this, Alchemist, which is water. Water can be, when you're taking a shower and you're kind of detoxing from the day, you try to say positive things because the water has memory, and the water goes and cleanses you. So when there's a storm or it rains, it's to cleanse the energy, to nourish the ground, to nurture that kind of feminine energy and cleanse what was needed to be released, and then have that sun come in, which is kind of like that, the purging of a detox, or purging of energy. So there's a need to be productive and not to stay in energy that's stagnant, to grow, to transform your journey. What ends has a beginning. There is something that's going to come in that is always more, you're growing. Everybody grows. So when there's a change that we need to let go of that's very painful, always have to know, just like the tide comes in, it's the moon changes, the phases. It's like things are tough so that something better can come in. So you can learn the most lessons and be very fulfilled with your journey. Like, the mosquitoes are bugging me. So you might have some unexpected change come in that makes you feel uncomfortable. But when you realize, when everything is said and done, you realize what is going on, and it's all for the best of the experience. And so your journey it's almost like so you can have the most out of your experience. So if you're feeling like you're stagnant and you're stuck in this, when a deer gets stuck in the headlights energy, I know it's the gazelle. I believe it's the higher of the heightened awareness. That's what it is, heightened awareness. All right, we have that big sun in the background. So it being heightened awareness and ability and vulnerable. To me, the gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication, elegance, kind of like that Libra energy. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, and this can exhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back into the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. All right, it's time to this awareness, everything that's coming with the spiritual awakening. There's meant to really just change your be more perceptive to our actions. With Aries is like shining that light of one, looking at yourself. It is the house of self. So I feel like, know that the world isn't all about predators, and there's much more. There's no sense in worrying all the time. You are meant to be wild, free, and to enjoy life. I feel like every move, like you move with such grace that it feels like there is this sense that you need to really dive into more of the artistic side, maybe like a go with your energy and really cultivate the earth around you. You know, like when you are in light and in this energy of happiness, and you are, I feel like you are creating beauty all around you. You know, I feel like your gentle energy is inspiring to others. So it's time for really cracking down on anything that's toxic, maybe eliminating diet, foods that are sugar, that are making you feel a little bit more anxious at the time, even caffeine. Something appears to be attacking your mental state, you may not be sleeping well, you're thinking too much. So I think you need to get out of your mind and get back into the wild, free spirit. All right, and really, I feel like you need to really find what brings you peace. Surround yourself with things that nourish your soul. Yeah, so painting, getting out there, dancing, whatever you like to do that really brings out your natural beauty, you know, your natural charisma, that brings out that energy that's so inspiring to others, is intoxicating, and you really raise the vibration of the earth. So it's a very yeah, you don't want to get caught up in the energy that's around you, because you're meant to uplift. So with this crocodile energy, so yeah, so I feel like this is the two different energies that are going on right now. The Aries energy with this panther, I feel like this is a little bit more Aries, which is following your destiny of seeing, going into the dark, going into this awakening, so that you could see through all of the things that, you know, with this heightened awareness. So it's like you are aware of all the things that are in the dark, and don't get caught up with that energy. Don't become the dark. You are that light. You know, this crocodile, I feel like crocodile is that slow energy. It'll like resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. Yeah, so you're taking a step back. This is what you are needing to do right now to follow your path, right? To not be too caught up with the dark and get stuck in this stagnant energy. So you're needing to really, I feel like you need to fill up on the vital reserves. So your next moves are coming from a place of wisdom and power, your own power, and not following. Yeah, you have this heightened awareness right now. So you're needing to use the energy that you're using just to almost observe the darkness, observe what you're seeing, and being able to also, crocodile is able to withdraw and gather the information. So gather information without this panther kind of like being caught up with the dark and being stuck into this energy, sucking, you know what I mean? Where the dark can be very draining. So know that you are having this heightened awareness to go into the dark, to see it, so that you can create the next move for the consciousness. So you just let yourself be calm in this energy and watch, observe. So take a step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, actions. Even though we are in Aries, which is making bold moves, it's also fire. Fire can also be inspiration. So it's not planning, but it is creating something with your mind, and creating and making decisions. So when you're making decisions, that is a move. You're not still thinking about it. You're not in a thinking stage. You're making decisions. But it's a time to really just, I feel like when you're observing, you are preparing, right? You're in this preparation stage. So this doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than it means intentionally. Crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, building your energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. So you're needing to make wise decisions right now and not react with this conflict. And when I feel like people are going to be challenging you in the dark, right? Because in the dark, there's going to be a lot of negative energy that's going to be around you. So it's needing to have this heightened awareness of not being the prey, but just observing the predators, but not actually involving in it. So if you feel stuck and you're lashing out right now, it's because you're in these headlights. So don't allow yourself to stay stuck in the headlights and be seen in the dark. You know, there's time to move, but also withdraw from drama. Remove from, like, build your energy up and create your next move, all right? So that, yeah, don't be, use your energy within the spiritual world, right? Invest invest in what you're doing inwards. Invest in your own spiritual growth so that you can evolve in the dark, so that you can grow wiser, because you are going to be put into a situation, you know, where you are it's like you're absorbing all this energy so that you can become this powerhouse, a silent powerhouse. You know, you're growing wiser while you're watching and waiting. You know, but you are, it's like the crocodile has kind of like this kind of coy look, right? With this smirk, you know, with these wide eyes open, but not seeing that you're lurking around, you know, and then so that you're not being reactive like the panther. You don't want to react and show your face and what you are, and look like you are an easy attack to take your energy, you know, where you're standing still and your emotions are being toyed with, you know. You don't want that. So kind of blend in. The crocodile blends in the background, and just don't absorb people's energy, but be wise and to just really power up and not react, all right? So I hope that helped, guys. We do have the energy of the happiness card that came out for your reading, the water signs. All right, so you could be bringing out the happiness. You're seeing that you're going into the dark, all right, so they can create this joy. You can bring the light to the surface. That's what I feel. I'm going to pull one card from the T card just because I feel like doing that. Scorpios are, oh, this one wants to pop out, so I'll do that. Vase, secret admirer. And I feel like you secretly have things. People have admiration for you. You have this stored up like energy, you know. You seem to be transparent at times, but I feel like you are much more complex than you seem. You're not an empty vase. You are full of, as you can see, this is not an empty vase, right? That you are full of wisdom with these secrets. You have ancient wisdom. I feel like this vase holds a lot of information that you have seen in the dark, but you have grown with these flowers. So I feel like, wow, there's lots popping out. All right, let's just flip over. Weeping Willow, family sorrow. So you're healing family trees, family and ancestry. I always see Weeping Willow is the pain, trauma from the ancestors, you know, and this tree is grown long with the waiting for the happiness. And with this happiness card coming in, I feel like you're healing, you're illuminating this powerhouse of the energy of growing new seeds, of the sunrise right under that. So yeah, that is, you will be taken care of in different times. Staff. So that I feel like there has been lots of time that has woven over, it's time to heal. There has been a time that has been difficult, but there's new creative ways that you're healing things. I feel like you're being in very inventive energy. You are caring for your creative side, or there's a need to care for your creative side. Know that when the sun sets and there's been time of difficulties, that's because there's a fresh start. So I really see this as an ending, and then a new beginning, and you have grown so much information. You have grown so much wisdom, and it's like you are ready to heal this family tree that has really brought a lot of stubborn energy. There's been a lot of ancestors that came along that don't really want to change, and they don't want to, they just want to stay stuck in their ways. So you're healing that kind of energy of being stagnant, being no change, you know, everything just kind of gets passed around. And I feel like it's energy of greed, of energy greed, you know, not wanting to admit. I feel like that is that kind of energy of our just our grandparents. I obviously don't know our great ancestors, but I feel like holding on to energy and being stubborn, holding on to that energy of just being right, you know, like, and that's what the difficult times were. I feel like when our family had to go to war and they came back and they had to come back to raising families, you know, it was hard to put that power that was kind of put on them and all that energy that was harbored, all the aggressiveness that they learned within the war. It was a difficult time, so there was no need. Nobody was taking care of others' sorrow, so the sorrow was being passed on to generations. So just be aware of those generational cycles that you are getting rid of, and don't be carrying them to these new times that are coming in, new times that are for new adventures, fresh starts. So you no longer have to hold on to something that has been painful, the generational family pain. It's like what you feel, this pain, it is from, you don't even quite understand it because it is passed on through all these difficult times that were never taken care of. They just kind of, the vase kind of they held inside, and then families passed these on. And these weeping willows were families that were, you know, if you grew up with tough love, you kind of passed that on. So it's almost like that sadness that was needing to be nourished. So it's nurturing. It's heartache over what you no longer have. Exactly. Right? So it's not even yours. It's passed on. And it's something to do with, and the fair man, it makes me think of like our ancestors that had to go to war and have heartache. And new opportunities with this archway. This came in one of the other readings. Go check that out. This archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. So there's new paths, new adventures, and healing things that were not even yours to heal. And may you breathe in this fresh air, this new harvesting. May is spring energy. It is releasing old possessive energies that were holding on to us, and bringing love and pleasures back to our emotions, you know, caring for our emotions, letting go of what we no longer have, and letting go of anything that deals with difficult times, because May brings in new energy of spring. Spring is the flowers are coming in, and vase, it's like you harvest this inside of you, this vase energy. Okay, you have this secret to harvesting growth and wisdom of how to nurture. And you see this weeping willow, right? You have the secret in the sauce, to grow opportunities from love, not fear, letting go of the past, letting go of all this pain and suffering that isn't even, that's why you had to go into the dark. The dark was this time of pain that we are just passed on, right? It is red flags all over the place. That wasn't even a pain that was not even yours. It was something passed on from family generations. So you are that archway. You are the archway to open up new opportunities. So don't be in your energy of pain, holding on to something that's not even yours. It's no longer here. Be that fresh start of awareness and pleasure with a close friend. So pleasures are coming in. Go out and have fun. All right? I hope that helps. Bye, water signs.